Hello, me lovelies. Now, if you can hear the police clackers going off, I don't know what's going on, but all day it's been like this. There's something going on. Anyway, we're just waiting, if he can get himself here, for poor Craig, narrative destroyer, who's got a tragic tale to tell. He's going to tell us why he actually went missing. It's a tragic tale of why he went missing. No one saw him for a couple of weeks. And it looks like I've got no mod. So we'll just wait here and see if he turns up, because he said past. And of course, he has to be bleeding fashionably late, doesn't he? You see, if I said 7 o'clock, he'd be here at about 5 past, 10 past 7. Let's see you, Craig. There we go. Now, I'll put you on. So I'll put you on now. Yeah, I was just saying
I've just escaped, and he's been making you put me here like that. I've just escaped from JDP, man. Look what he's done.
Oh, JDP. Oh, God, I know. I was just saying about 10 minutes. Lots happened to him. Lots and lots happened to him. I can tell you now, lots happened to him. And I'm not even going to go into it, which I've told you, haven't you, Craig? Because it gives Craig a PTSD, if you mentioned the Barbie dolls that were lubricated. And where
he was trying to find grey hairs, man.
He's a pervert. I always told you to be careful. Told you when he offered you out, when he said you come round for a drink, I told you not to, didn't I? But you wouldn't listen to me.
Yeah, I know.
You wouldn't listen.
I should listen to you. Auntie Anne, next time I shall listen.
Now, yeah, you listen to me, but the police will get him. I'm telling you, the police will get him. Have you seen this? Me bleeding mod hasn't turned up.
All right. Kelsey.
Yeah. Oh, can't be else turning up, can't she? So she's not getting this. I can tell you now, Craig. She can go and swing for it. She's not getting this. And it's a conspiracy as well. And do you know why I know it's a conspiracy. Not only is she not turned up, Mandy's not turned up, and neither has Sharon. They're working in conjunction with each other there.
Oh, the weather's just too nice, and they've just chilling.
It's got nothing to do with that. The weather's nice, but I'm here, aren't I? I'm here.
Yeah, I've tanned myself, man.
So anyway, why have you got? Who's that on your photo?
Oh, he's just a 35-year-old American who claims he's white. He's a white man. That guy.
Oh, cool.
It's a weird thing. Like when all like racy. When I say ism, like on the black caller, man. You know what I mean? Somebody was telling me to lynch myself, basically, and like I interrupted him, but I got kicked off and I allowed back on. But the guy who said that was allowed back on. You know what I mean? Like, I don't mind people interrupting me. It's just because I don't know in your mind. I am a mind reader. I don't know when you're going to start speaking. Like, I'll just say, go on, carry on. Like, you know what I mean? It don't bother me as much as some. And but you just brush it off as well. Some people take it really seriously, man.
I must admit, when you're in the middle of a fascinating story like I am, or a fascinating, I'm giving my multitude of followers and fans interesting story, you jump in.
I don't do that very often now. It's very often. You say very often. I do.
I can imagine you're watching. Let's say you're watching an opera. Let's say Tosca, and at a penultimate dramatic scene where she goes to throw herself off the turret, suddenly you jump in and start talking as she's mid-aria. I mean, that's what I mean. You spoil the moment doing that, the dramatic moment.
No, that is spoil. If I told you the end, that'd be a spoiler.
See, You know what I'm talking about. You know
I
what I'm
know,
talking
but
about.
like
You know what?
I'm known for having an answer for everything.
Would you interrupt Tosca? Would you? Are you, Travis?
I don't know. Never seen it. Never seen it.
Oh, it's very dramatic.
Oi,
Very,
what do
very
you think
dramatic.
about Vince? I know you don't know wrestling a lot, but I bet you've heard of Vince McMahon. He's after buying the BKFC, so like Danny Christie might work for Vince McMahon soon. I swear to God.
Excuse me. Excuse me. I've got an announcement to make. I've
Kelsey's
got an
here.
announcement to make. Kelsey has actually managed to crawl out of a pit that she calls a bed. And
Big up
and
Travis, big up
look,
Kelsey, big up
following
Sharon.
behind. Sharon's following behind. What did he tell you? What did he tell you? Hey, Sharon, Kelsey, and Mandy work in conjunction against me. I told you, didn't I? Now suddenly through shame, the two of them appear. Where's Mandy? Most probably up to no bleeding good, that one. I can tell you now. She's always up to no good.
So it's all about the
Sharon
conspiracies these days.
if Sharon's sorry, Sharon, if Sharon's on the phone, you're right. You just say, Sharon, do one, bitch, because I've got to be on and show. That's all you say. Say, do one, right? I've no messing for me. I'm telling you now, I've no messing for me. Oh, I see. But this is what I'm saying, Sharon. She's a bad influence on you. I'm telling you, you want to be careful with her. I told you that Kelsey one, she's a loan onto herself. I knew that. I said to myself, I bet she was on the phone to Sharon, but no, she makes it sound like you were on the phone to her. See how she pushes the blame? Yeah. Anyway, sorry about that, Craig, but she needs to tell enough. I'm telling you now, I'm not having to get. She's done this once before to me, turned up late. Stop slacking. Anyway, go on, Craig, I should say.
No, I was just on about conspiracies. JDP's on about I know for a fact that Video Craig Ebenezer Greensplat. I've got my ideas who Clanworld is, but I don't want to say them because I don't really care who it is. But like, I've got a few people in my head who it could be, and it could be you.
Who could be me? Who could?
Clown World. If JDP used the same logic, he could come up with you, couldn't he?
Thing is, Clown World, right? They are intelligent, so I think it could. I'm not saying
it's a compliment. It's a compliment to you. This is a compliment to you.
But it could be. But Ebenezer Greensplat couldn't be further from Craig. Craig. When I say Craig, I mean Hedgehog Man. Everything that
I can't get out of the Video Craig. I call him Video Craig. I can't get out of the Hedgehog thing.
It's stupid to change his name. He was. Because it doesn't even, I don't know who called him Hedgehog Man. I think it was a Dekaheki.
Dekaheki.
But the thing is, it doesn't look like a hedgehog. A hedgehog just doesn't have a Mohican or a mohawk. It has it all round.
It's like it's like some of the primary kid would say. Primary school kid would say is like, oh, hedgehog, like to somebody with a Mohican.
It doesn't look like.
You know what I mean?
So he should have stayed with Video. I don't know what the hell Video Craig was supposed to mean. I don't know. I haven't worked that one out yet. What that was supposed to mean.
Yeah, Clan World's good, man.
What's this? I do to Craig. What do you do to Craig, Sharon? He's just been through a traumatic experience.
No, I do too.
JDP.
No, I do. I like this.
You know what this is? She was saying the other day. She was saying she's, a fridge, basically.
Danny Christie was trying to hunt down Ebenezer Greensplat. So I know, why would it be Video Craig when Danny Christie was like trying to find out who he was and that, you know what I mean?
Oh, I know. I remember Paul Venice used to get really, really wound up.
Yeah, and he don't even have to speak a word. He just writes it. It's mad, isn't it? It shows that words are powerful, man. You know what I mean? You don't even have to. You just write it down.
Of course. So anyway, what have you been up to? other than
I'm
being
getting better,
being.
getting better.
Oh, you can't even describe what happened to you at that monster's house. So what else have you been? How's your
Yeah,
nan doing?
I've had to get better. And yeah, my nan's just up and down. Like I was doing well, then I had a bad day. It's one of them, man. Now, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm just on
Don't mind me
alert.
asking.
That's it.
How old is she? You
86,
don't have to answer that if you don't want.
86.
Yeah, that's a good age. Yeah, it's a good age.
Yeah,
Like,
it is. It's to be expected. It's to be expected.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's
Just
it.
one of
It
them things.
definitely is. It definitely is. Yeah. But anyway, now entertainers go on the floor shows. Come on,
What you want to talk about, man? What do you want to talk about? What Vince McMahon buying the
entertainers.
VKC?
Come on, some of the drama. Come on, get the drama going. What do you want to talk about?
Oh,
I saw you were slagging off Bobby the other
oh,
day.
yeah, oh, yeah. It seems like I call it the so-called left and the so-called right now because I don't believe in any of them. I believe there's people pulling strings that we can't see. But the so-called left has infiltrated this side, like the dark corner, man, and everyone's talking about all sorts, man. You know what I mean? I get like recommended these channels, like, and I've subbed to them. You know what I mean? And there's one called Veli. Like he brought up this like government thing, and it says like, if you look at like certain cultures being below your culture, and that makes you far right. If you don't want your country like changing, that makes you far right, and all that stuff.
Yeah, it's not
I
working
don't
out,
believe
Craig,
that.
anymore. This is the thing. And I said this age ago, said everything balances itself out. What it is, people will put up with the nonsense for so long, but it's like when you're a kid in school and school bullies call them your four eyes or fatty or something like that.
Yeah,
Once you keep on hearing it, you just treat it as just a worthless word. Now they've reduced certain words to nothing more than a school ground, and people aren't falling for it. What it is, they've taken it too far, Craig. They've taken it way too far, and now things that aren't, against people because of the skin color, aren't against them because of where they're from. And now that's no. It's got to be,
what
oh,
they
well,
do.
you've got to accept us. You've got to do this. You've got it's all you. And if you don't give us what we want, if you don't treat us the way we want to be treated, that means you're a bad person. People are ignoring it now. This far right label, it's just washing over people's heads.
I agree. But there's diehard people like who's they won't have it, will they? You know what I mean? They're just
Oh,
I don't know.
it's
So you're
remember
telling
when
me,
this all
like,
started
sorry, can I
with
just
anyway.
say this? Sorry, culture's below, right? I do look at certain cultures below ours, like women being allowed to drive, for instance, like gay people being thrown off buildings. I think that's a lower culture than ours, like, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah,
That's just a fact.
said this year.
Sorry.
It's the way they
I
term
don't,
it. What is Craig? Wait a minute. It's the way they term it lower. Always watch the words they use. Now, I wouldn't use the term lower, but they do because that comes with a powerful punch saying lower. Now, what you say
yeah.
is cultures that are alien to us, which they are. And I've said this for
Yeah.
decades. Decades.
Because if you say lower, it's like it's supremacy. If you say lower, I
Yeah,
suppose. So I agree with that. Yeah.
that's why they use the term lower. But what you say is you turn around and say, no, it's an alien culture. It doesn't, it clashes with the culture of this country or whatever you've been brought up with. But if you notice how, where because you won't accept that culture, because you say find that culture strange or blend in with it, suddenly you're the bad one. But when we expect other cultures to actually even try to sort of merge a bit, that's you being a bad person. Isn't it strange? Isn't it strange? It's all one-sided, this
Yeah,
argument.
but it
It's very,
seems like
very
when these
one-sided.
people want to turn where they come to into where they come from. You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
don't get that.
but
Why would you be fleeing like and then try and turn it into where you come from?
if
That's
they're
why I
fleeing,
call it an
let's say,
invasion. Invasion.
I don't think, not many of them are there's genuine refugees, and some of them are just coming here because you know, they're wanting the better life. But years ago, in the late 80s and 90s, when this, what we used to call then PC, we used to call it, it really started getting momentum. Started in the 70s, then started really ratcheting up in the late 80s and 90s, and that's when you had to be really careful what you said, and it was changing all the time, so you were always going to upset someone. But remember, they were going on, you could always, Craig, and this was theatre world, and it all started off in the theatre world. You had to say, oh yeah, what pretty dancing. Oh, the food's nice. Oh, look at those clothes. Look at those saris. Look at this. Look at that. That's all. Oh, and the art is so divine. The music is wonderful. Yeah, it was. But I remember saying once, there was a dancer, Indian dancer, and she was absolutely amazing. And they were all doing this, you know, she did answering questions. She was a Hindu, and they were doing answers sessions. Now, my mama's family, sad to say, during the Empire days, was in Imperial Empire days, was in India. A lot of them lived in India. And so I learned a lot about India as a child from my mama. She used to tell me about it.
The Raj.
And she told me about the Hindus as well. And what it is, this is it. What the Hindus are one of the most, if let's use the term, great, no, they don't like people of different levels. So basically, the darker your skin, the lower down the caste you are. They have the caste system. And when I mentioned that, when I mentioned that, it was all like, and so I said, and it was like, oh, you can't mention that. And she actually stood up for me. She said, no, she said, I'm glad you mentioned it, because she said there are parts that even in India, she said, we're feeling uncomfortable with now. Because she said society's moved on. She said, especially a lot of women who are business women now in India, who are Hindus, are finding it all very uncomfortable that we have this system in place. So you can see it. And I tell you now, you want to see people who are against other races, get a typical traditional Pakistani family and see if the son is allowed to bring home a white woman. See if he's allowed to bring home a white woman. What, the idea of marrying a white woman? My God. Or a black woman, that would be even worse. Though.
You are going to marry a kuffar, aren't you? You know what I mean?
I'd say not all are like that, not all are like that, but the traditional ones are. But you can never point that out.
The most religious, like
FMG. Oh yeah,
yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Yeah.
FMG. I remember the time when they wouldn't even talk about that. That was another thing that was covered up. I was shocked when people started talking about it, because
it was a big thing, like in like the early 2000s.
You couldn't talk about it. Yeah. Oh, you'd be condemned outright. It was always the culture of never. So you were never. It was never a debate. It was always dictating to people. And I said, you can't bully people into believing the same things you do. I said, you have to convince people. And I said, you'll either convince them or they won't, but bullying, calling people names, like, oh, let's say the name racist, Islamophobic and all that, it's not going to have any effect eventually, because it will just go over people's heads. And that's exactly
it is mutilation now, that is, man. You know, it ain't circumcision at all, like, man. That's mutilation, that is. Right?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
That's what they call it. They call it circumcision, don't
they? Yeah, female. But but you see, that's it. That's what I mean. But I can't. But you couldn't say that. It was really, you couldn't say a word. And I'll never forget at the end, man. It was so funny, Craig. I'll tell you this, the way it happened. Someone, because they were made to wait before they were seen to, when they came into the theatre, went away and accused the staff of being racist. Nice. Anyway, there's this panic on, oh my God, we've been called racist. We've been called racist. We can't have that. So they decided to start making changes, and they wanted a new dance teacher. Was your dance teacher? No, it wasn't a dance teacher. It was like a drama.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was thing. And I was one of the ones chosen to audition these teachers for the job.
We used to have drama and dance. It used to be a mixture, like a
Yeah.
mixture of drama and
But what
dance at
happened was,
school.
right?
Like.
What happened was, right? The all everyone there was a fellow from Zimbabwe, and he was actually brilliant. The fellow from Zimbabwe, black from Zimbabwe. There was a couple of other black people, and there was an Indian woman, and we all said this fellow from Zimbabwe was the best one. Oh, he was good. I'll give him that. He knew his job and he was really really good at it. Now, we had people in Liverpool that could have gone for that job who were black. And we knew that's what they wanted. They wanted someone that was either black or brown in the job because they'd be called racist. So I didn't ask. One of my friends asked in front of me. One of these people, she said, "Why didn't you go for it?" And she said, "Oh, sod off." She said, "Anyone with any dignity that's black or brown," she said, wouldn't have gone for that job because we said we know why they're doing it. She said, "If I'd gone in there," she said, "with black skin," and she said, "limping," she said, "I would have put on a limp," and she said, saying that my partner's name was Sharon. She said, "I would have got the job like that, whether I could do it or not." And you know what happened? The one who got the job was the one we put right at the bottom of the list. Why? Because she wasn't only brown, she was the only woman that went for the job. And so they ticked 2 boxes, brown and woman, and she couldn't do the job. And they got it back because she couldn't do it, and people were complaining and complaining and complaining. But if they picked up our choice, the Zimbabwe fella, he was brilliant. But that's what it was works like in the theatre. Terrible, terrible.
Yeah, I can get it if it's a certain part. All right, ice cold respect, bro.
Now you're ice cold. How are you, Jimmy? Do you want to come on, Jimmy?
Nah, I won't even talk about nothing. I won't take the piss. If you want to just talk about normal things, man, I promise, man. You can run off if I do. You know what I mean?
But yet, so it was a recipe for disaster, but it all starts in the theatre, and it used to be terrible.
Up and down, hypocrisy calling up and down.
Right thing.
It's like to get out of the way.
What about hypocrisy calling? Oh, I know.
Saying hello to folk.
I get you. So anyway, do you want to come on, Shazza? Shazza in the Rasa. Shazza in the Rasa. I can't afford to have Kelsey on. Have you ever spoken to Kelsey in person?
What, does he charge too much? Is a fee too much?
Oh, it's not that. Oh, she's vulgar. She's vulgar. Do you know what? Honest to God, vulgar. Make a dog a blush.
Just cut through the shit, Jimmy, man. You know what I mean? You'd come on if I were here, wouldn't you, man? You know what I mean? You're a bit sensitive, are you, Jimmy? You know what I mean? You should like stop being too sensitive, bro. You know what I mean? Just roll with the punches. You know. Never known anybody like a woman like him, man.
Stop it now. You're starting, aren't you? You're starting, aren't you? You say, like, come on. We'll be
no, not tonight. Like,
if he doesn't want to come on, he doesn't want to have to come on. It's not an insult.
No. Come on. Oh, we can get him out of the closet, man.
Is it? Stop it. See, this is it. That's why he's not trying to come on. Don't be bothered with the insults, you see. And you're not political.
Here we go again. We got Paniscos, man. Respect to Paniscos.
Oh, I hope you didn't get that big gulp there. I'm drinking me.
Respect to Jimmy Newman as well, man.
Sound, you know what I mean? Here we are. Sharon, come on and you tell. And let me just warn you, Craig, right? Be careful how you wage yourself to Sharon, because she's one of the gentry. She's one of the gentlefolk. And she
Jim, I get what you're saying, but Jimmy should be called Jimmy Schumann.
Well, I have to shut him up. You see, here's ADHD kicking in here. I'm telling you, Sharon is very, very delicate. And when she comes on, I want you to treat her correctly, no cursing, because you'll hear her voice. And keep quiet, don't interrupt her, because she's got such a gentle little voice. Think of a nightingale beautifully chirping away in the distance. That's Sharon's voice. So be careful. So maybe I'll put the link out, Sharon. So you don't frighten Sharon. Don't you dare
Okay.
frighten our Shazza.
Yeah, but oh, Jimmy
So behave
Schumann,
yourself.
that was funny, was it, man?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Jimmy Schumann. He likes feet, don't he?
Here we are. Here's the little nightingale. Hello, Sharon.
What's fucking happening here then?
Hey!
Oh,
Don't
sounds
you
like
dare.
You asked for that, Anne.
I know, I was gonna say, man.
How are you, Craig?
All right, how you doing, Sharon?
I'm fine, love. I'm fine. I bet you've got some stories to say about what
So
your
come
nana
on, then
told you just
entertain us.
growing up.
Not really, man. It's a bit boring.
Wow.
No, I'm only joking. I did a load of shit when I was younger.
No, I'm on about your stories that your nana used to tell you when you were younger
But
about
no, not
her
a lot,
life.
really. I was in the war, man, and I part of a big family, and they used to keep babies in the drawers back then.
Wow.
In the war. It couldn't have been in the
Yeah.
war, Craig.
Yeah, it was. It was a little kid.
No, because she couldn't have been. No, because
No,
my
she was
mama,
like, it was a baby.
my mama would be 100 now, and she was 15 when war broke out.
Well, I was like
Oh no, she might
growing
have been
around food.
well into the war. She would have been very, very
Might have
young.
been a
No,
baby
very
or a
young.
little
Yeah,
girl.
young man, but I was
Yeah.
digging for victory though. Like I had to like do a load of stuff, man. Grow their own stuff, all that's, you know what I mean.
I wonder what they all think about it nowadays. Oh, I mean, my dad would have been. He was born in 1920.
Yeah, yeah. It's basically our country is like bent over, like, and said, "Do what you want, man." For the past how many years, and people fought for this country. You know what I mean?
My dad fought for women to be able to go into a bar and all sorts. They were a proper union man, but I'd hate to think we'd think about what's going off now. And
No worries, Jimmy.
he
No
was a
worries.
proper Labour man, but it won't be now.
Oh no,
Yeah,
no.
like,
This I said, Sharon. I've said this right. I was brought up to be Labour. On my mum's side, Happy he was more or less. Well, he was Labour, then he turned to the Conservatives because he thought he was, he thought he was upper crust, even though he never acted that way. But I was brought up to be Labour, and I swear down, after this law, I will never, ever, ever, ever vote Labour again. That's it. As long as I live,
I'm as that's it, same man. And I were brought up with Labour for dinner, tea, and supper. My dad were a really big union man. They used to be at house every day, and he were fighting for the jobs and everything. But I don't know what he think about all this mess at all. I really don't.
Well, it's horrendous. It's horrendous.
like I said, we can't do nothing about it because like the government's doing it. We can't do anything about it. Like, I bet loads of the army, man, I'm thinking in their heads, what they're, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, I used to be dead against proportional representation. I was dead against it. Now I've completely changed my mind. And at the age of 60, it's this rubbish government that have made me change my mind. We need.
Oh, well, you wanted a topic to talk about, and I've got the greatest one, man. How about this? Like, you can abort a baby at 9 months now. It's legal.
No. I'm not even going there.
No, he's on the news. It's on the news, though, or
I know it was, but I'm not going there because you know what? It's just I can't digest that yet in my head. I can't. So I can't.
no, it's murder, isn't it, man? How can you do that?
They're just Craig.
That's all I'll say then. I hate it, man. It's horrible. Like we're run by
Jimmy,
Satan.
anyway, I thought Jimmy were in chat. Is he not coming on?
No. He's just wants to listen. Are you coming on, Cumbrian? Anyway, Shazza, what have you been? Have you been up to anything? Have you?
Well, I've painted another panel on my fence.
And don't tell me that you've been changing your colostomy pack. Well,
no, that went years ago. It were only to be reversed. It were only to give me bowel a rest.
To give your arse a rest.
Well, that and all, yeah. I miss it though, Anne. I miss it.
I bet
Don't
you
have to
do.
wipe
I
your
bet
ass,
you
yeah.
bloody do.
I'm back to
Nicky.
overflow
Only
now.
if it's going to be 10 minutes. Oh, I'm telling you.
What's
I'm
everybody had
telling you.
for tea?
I've just got that.
Fuck it out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
stumped for words, Craig. That's not very often you get stumped for words, mate.
What have I had for my tea after talking about
Oh,
colostomy bags? It were a boil in the bag curry, I'll tell you that.
What you had for your tea, Craig?
I ain't had it yet, man.
Are you having out nice?
Don't know, yeah. Depends.
It's too warm to eat, I think, at minute.
That's what I mean, man. Something light.
Yeah, it's too hot to eat,
Ow.
isn't it? What
Oh,
you had
shut up, man.
any mucky fish?
Oh, shut up, man.
what have I had? I had, let's see, I had a bit of veg, a bit of salad, which I always do before I eat my dinner. And then I didn't want it heavy, so I just have some vegetarian sausages with mashed potatoes, which did me very well.
I don't think I'll ever eat
Very
fish
well.
again.
Would you
Oh,
eat
fish.
bugs like
Did you see that?
burgers made out of bugs, and
Me? Or Ant?
anybody?
I'd do any
No,
challenge,
no.
me, Craig, as long as it wasn't. I'd do any challenge, but
I'd
I don't.
they're making like burgers out of like bugs because they've got loads of protein in them apparently.
Oh no,
That's it. What is the reason they're doing it, Sharon, is because the planet can't sustain the phone
Cow
lines.
farts,
They
apparently.
just can't.
Cow farts.
Would I eat books? Would I eat books, Craig? Craig, you asked me, would I eat books? You asked me, would I
I'd
eat
try them.
books? Yes, Anne, I asked you, would you? Jesus, would you wake yourself up?
oh, leave that Craig alone.
You get to see your
I'll
son
leave
out,
him alone.
man. Go
I'll
dance
leave
around all the
him
houses, man.
alone. Right. Would I eat books? Go on, ask me again.
Already, you know.
Come on, then ask me.
Would you eat burgers made out of bugs?
No, I wouldn't, because I'm a vegetarian.
I would if it were for a
Oh
challenge.
my god! Are you a pescatarian?
No, I don't eat fish.
No. So I'm vegan, then I am alright.
Sharon's not I
Or do you
would
have
be
cheese?
vegan, but I like cheese and I like eggs.
Ah,
so
that's the one. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I could be vegetarian. I could live off all
But
that.
they can't come out with a substitute. They
You
can't
know,
come
I
out with
like
a decent cheese substitute. Anyway, Shazzy, so would you say that you were actually? I believe that these books, it's not that they taste bad; they just look horrible.
just pull the legs and then just chomp at them.
They ain't got no flavour unless you put loads of seasoning on. Have they?
Don't know who this is.
I'll tell you something. I wouldn't eat a wickety grub. There's no way I'd eat one of them worm things with the guts and that. No way.
Oh Christ, no.
Why?
No,
I'd eat like the mealworms. I'd try the mealworms. I'd do that probably. And like a cricket or something like that. But nah, not them worms.
But
not even if it were for charity, Craig.
The witchery
No,
grubs.
if they paid me a load of money, I'd do it.
No?
There you go. Just think of loads of money and then do it, and then they don't get money.
None of that charity business, though, man. I want it, man.
Did you see that fish challenge I did?
Here we are, Craig.
What, the Strong?
Ashley, just show your face, please.
That smelly fin rotten fish.
Yeah, in the tin. It's called Strong, isn't it?
I can't
Hello,
remember.
people.
I did that other
All
night.
right, lad.
Here we are
All right,
now.
lad. How you doing?
Let Ashley talk, because he tends to come on and people.
No, we don't want him to talk. He blocked my mate out today, Ash.
I was only messing. I was only messing.
Talking to him. I was saying hello.
No, but he's a wimp.
You could have let me finish my sentence.
The Northern King Anne, proper wimp. He's a big wimp.
What happens?
Oh, I was on Axel's, and I've been having a bit of a giggle and a laugh with Northern King, and we just stirring the pot between each other, to be honest. But on a funny side of things,
there was, to be fair. But I was talking to Northern King, and then when I looked, I was talking to myself. You twat, yeah.
Now,
How's
I
Andy
like
lovely?
Northern King. All right, but I was going to say about Northern King. I liked his videos he did, but those lives he does, I daren't go near those lives because of the people that are in it. I just wouldn't.
He's all right.
It's just
He's
saying,
all right.
no, he's all right. The guests he has on, some of them, I wouldn't go near with a
Oh,
microphone.
definitely not. Definitely not.
So
Definitely not.
that's it.
I've
But
never
he
been
did.
on one of his
He used to do
lives.
brilliant videos.
Oh yeah, his
Oh.
old clipping days and that was great. I used to love them myself. Like,
He's been very, very poorly, and he's just
Used to be
really. He's still healing. Bless him.
Craig.
very nice. Very,
I
very
think-
nice, I must say.
We've had a few doctors this week on.
Docs in the box.
Oh, who's been doxing who?
He's been doxed in the box.
I've given them a name, the Motley Crew. Miss Piggy,
All right, yeah. So he didn't say.
old G&E,
Oh,
all
she's
them
not-
lot.
She's that
Yeah,
was like
name.
with me the other day on you know,
He's gone
G&E,
for
and
balls
she put in
deep
the
in this
comments,
shit, ain't he?
you know, she went, she started right. He was going on about me and saying that there's, I'd love to find out Craig, how many times have I said to you, I wish they'd tell me these great sexual escapades I got up to, these wonderful
That's all we want to know, man.
orgies I used to go to. Because you know
Bloody
what?
hell,
I'd
you'll have
love
to get
to
your
know.
acro out.
Now, listen to me, right? I'd find it exciting. I've always said this to people. My life was so planned, so set out. It's boring. And also,
Get your Velcro out.
never was the best looking of him. I can assure you, if I could turn around and someone could say I was some kind of sex stud that went out there and was going to all these parties, I tell you now, they would make me
Yeah,
sound
I heard,
interesting.
man.
But
There's like the story back in the day was Anne went out with Sean Atwood.
Wait a minute, Craig. Let me get a bleeding sentence out, will you?
And he got
This
turned
is what I
down,
mean.
man.
You jump in and cut people off. That's why people get annoyed with you. Right. Now, what is she chirped in, right, in the comments? Oh, yeah, very dark. I'm telling you, if you're listening to this, love, don't press my buttons. I've kept away from you. But I'm telling you now, don't press me buttons. Because I could say a lot more about you. Saying that I've got when air pass, good line. I mean, she leaves slug trails. She's that slimy. But anyway, let's get on to other things. So come on.
Not with the big short skinny. But it's right. Honest to God.
Go on, Kelsey. She knows
you have
the
to keep him
sport.
under control. He just jumps it.
I know,
I
Craig.
remember that room. And
I'm shut up because
Hey,
if I
Kelsey.
talk too much, you tend to disappear, man. So I did a little. They say a lot, man.
Just let's say
That's
one
right.
thing, right? Just right.
Because you've got main character syndrome,
Let's
man,
just say one thing. Look, let's say one thing. Kelsey, do you mind not advertising things? Do you mind not advertising them, darling? Go on, just put those rumors out there about me. Yes, go on. Yeah. Look at the cow. She's given me a reputation. Me old mod.
And I have a bit sometimes, man. We've all got main character syndrome sometimes.
I just want to know, Craig. Do you want to come on the payroll, mate? It's paying very well.
I know, I've heard, man.
I'll give you your pension. I'll give it a mobility car for dental work. I'll give it everything you want if you want to come on board.
Unbribable, man. You know what I mean?
You know you want it, Craig.
No. I'd love it though. I'd just have it. If it was an offer, I'd just have it and do the opposite what you told me, man.
All right, you can't have no, but you're still working for us.
Sometime. Right, that's it. Right,
I want Jimmy to come on and tell us about his camping days.
That's it. I'm shutting you all up. I'm shutting you all up because I'm trying to speak here, right? I am trying to speak here. Jimmy, darling. You have to come on sometime and tell us about your camping because I always admire people who go camping on their own. I couldn't. I'd be too scared to go on my own. I'd have to go in a group. They will. Now I will allow you all to speak again.
Yeah, that bloody Craig. Oh, sorry, I'm unmuted.
Yeah.
That bloody
Oh.
Craig.
I'd go camping on my own
Could
just
you
for
go?
peace.
Hey, well, could any? I couldn't. Oh, do you know? I couldn't. I'd be terrified.
I would. But
I
I'd have
actually
to
bought
go
all the
swimming.
camping equipment, right, Sharon? Do you know? Oh God, Cookie's Adventures. No Cookie. Remember them?
Yeah,
You remember Cookie?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Well,
Was his missus
me and
named
him had
Cream?
all plans. We were going to go there everywhere, right? We were supposed to go camping, right, filming and all this. I got all the equipment, and it never came off. So I thought, right, I'm never going to plan to do anything again like that with you. So I never did. Still got the bleeding tent. and all that.
Ashley, do you think like a cult could rise on here? I think it could, man. Somewhere like in the background.
Very good
Have you been
cult.
part of a cult?
Definitely, Craig.
I haven't,
I
and I
bet.
don't want to.
The cult of humble dryer. I bet
I
there
think
was
you
one,
are,
wasn't there?
aren't you, Sharon? You
What,
don't
love?
know. I'm
T-shirts,
sure you're part of the cult.
advertising.
Me, part of my own cult. Me, that's enough for me.
I'm talking back in the
Don't you
Decker
follow?
days. Like, I think it was like a
Don't you
cult, man.
follow
The humble
video?
dryer cult. Everyone
Don't
saying
you
I'm
follow
What?
humble
video?
dryer. It's like
No,
anonymous.
Jesus.
I
You just
go
won't
in
shut
the
with it.
chat and say hello and that, but just same as I do on any other channel. But I do like Craig.
I like them masks,
So
but they're
you're a
uncomfortable, man.
creepy Craig follower. You're a creepy Craig follower.
It's my Bessie, it's my mate.
I got a couple.
I
You're
actually
a
go to
he's
BKFC
Go on,
events.
I
Craig.
got a fairy bunny
brainwashed.
one, and
No,
I don't know
no,
what the other one is.
it's just a wimp. He won't do that challenge. I put him out for him to do it, and he's ignoring question.
Oh, of
So if
course.
you're
he will.
listening, Craig, get that challenge done.
Oh, we won't listen to me. My God, no, I'm too below his standards.
My challenge is to anyone.
What
Why
is it,
watch
Craig?
Pink Flamingo and then do exactly the same as the video does? That's my challenge to everyone.
Oh, Pink Flamingos. Oh,
And I want to
forgotten.
come up and meet you and have afternoon tea and go around that B&M, our own bargains with.
Oh, yeah.
B&M. Oh, big B&M.
Shall I
I've been in there for years.
Craig, I swear to God, Craig, if I have to. Right, Craig,
Left.
lesson time, right. Sharon addressed me then, didn't she?
I don't know.
Coming over if you want.
Craig
That's the
said
reason I
yes.
answered it. I hear her say a name, see, so that's
Yeah.
why.
So you answered the question. Where the question was directed at moi. Right.
What, and you always
So
in
anyway,
B&M
Sharon,
then?
right, shall I tell you
Should
now?
have called Big B&A.
I shall tell you now. Right.
Bum
He's
and Ann.
doing it again. Kelsey was supposed to come down, round Christmas time. Yeah, she was supposed to come down. I had the whole house decorated in anticipation. I had all best silverware and all that. She didn't turn up in the end. She said, "Oh, I'll have to leave it." But she didn't say it like that, because if she was Scout, she would say it like that. I don't know. By gum, I'll have to leave it. I don't know. She said some way like that.
Adam
But
and
yeah,
Evie.
never happened. It never happened, Sharon. She dumped me.
I'd like to
Dumped
come and meet you and go for coffee and afternoon tea and go round Home Bargains and B&M.
Oh, my bargains! I don't go to trashy stores like that. What are you
Well,
talking about?
you can stand outside while I go in.
I'll stand further up the road if you don't mind, darling.
I like a good B&M and an Home Bargain.
I know what you're saying, Jimmy, man, but like it's hard to do because like I've come off like way harder drugs than you've been on, like, you know what I mean? So taking my weed away, like I can't be doing that, man. I love
Big
my
up
weed.
Jimmy for coming off. Well done, mate.
Oh,
I want to hear about his
man.
camping trips.
Bloody hell, it sounds like have you watched Gavin and Stacey? Whatever happened on the fishing trip?
I'm just answering you. I know you are having a dig. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
having
you
a
could
dig. I think you're having a dig now, like, because that's what people used to say when they was getting, like, injecting, man. I think you am now, Jimmy, man.
just
I've
1
just
minute.
spotted it.
Just,
I've just
just
spotted his, like, little, like,
Craig, shut up.
you know what I mean?
1 minute. Kelsey
See,
can come
Sharon,
and
see,
we'll ask Mandy
you're
as
getting the
well.
frustration.
Pardon.
Kelsey, you can come as
Mandy,
well and
oh
we'll
God.
ask Mandy to come. Right, you can speak now,
Sharon, I have
Craig.
to warn you, right? I don't know what I gather you don't know much about Mandy, right? But she has quite a reputation. And if ladies are seen in the company of Mandy, you know, it's presumed that they have certain models. Now, if you're all right having people presume and that you also have the same models as Mandy, you know, well, fair dues, you know.
Yeah, I've got no problem walking
Here
down
she is, look.
down the street.
Mandy's
with
in the
Mandy
house.
Look at what are you doing, Craig? Come on, start talking.
Ask what
Craig,
you
actually.
doing.
Saying hello to Mandy, man.
Oh, I'm
Mandy,
just
man.
sitting
Mandy,
chilling.
man.
I've got the week.
And defo fancies me.
See
Always
me?
talking about
I'm
these
major.
other things.
You're just a
Like,
relevant pager.
Do you know what, Craig? You get away with a lot more than any of us on hands.
I know, man.
He does, doesn't he? He does. He definitely.
It does, honestly. If I'd have said that, I'd have got get off my panel.
Who?
That's what you'd be saying to me if I
Is that the
spoke
real banter?
like Craig.
Oh, big up JDP in the house. I've just escaped from his yard. While he was on holiday, man.
JDP,
He left me under the cupboard. That's how I escaped,
Did you
man,
hear
when he
about
went on
that,
holiday.
Sharon?
What, love? Did you hear
about what happened?
What
happened to Craig? Oh, let me finish
I
the sentence
escaped.
before you keep on jumping in with other questions. See, he's gone now. Ashley's gone. You see, you frightened him away. Isn't that
He
nice?
kept checking through my hair, trying to find a grey hair, man, because he couldn't believe he was as old as he was, and I don't have any grey hair. And he kept looking for days, man. He kept messing with my hair. That's why it looked like it was earlier, man.
I know. This is it. He has a. What about the? Oh no, we can't talk about the lubricated Barbie dolls, can we?
I don't know about that.
Can't talk about them, can we? Did it hurt?
Nah, man, I can't get that. It's too painful for me to relive. That is.
Oh, so yeah, just as well, just especially with a lady like.
It might need a bit of hypnotism. You know what I mean? Like regression therapy to know what happened, what really happened.
Don't do regression. Don't do regression. Whatever you do, that takes you back to it. No, you need.
I know,
Need to be
but we need to find out the truth.
Forget the truth.
We need to find out the truth.
You forget that. Don't if you forget that. Anyway, just count your blessings. At least you didn't have the Ozempic.
Before you go, JDP, because he's going right. Did you ever get worried that people might have tracked you down on holiday? Because that one bloke looked weird who you took the picture with, man. I bet he's just watching him on YouTube, like, and he's a stalker. You know what I mean? Did you ever think about that? Because I would have. I would.
JDP looks whiter since he's had his holiday than before he went. I can't understand it. He's never had a t-shirt on, and yet he looks white, proper white.
No, I'm the white guy, man. He tans more than me. I'm the white guy. I'm like Casper the Friendly Cunt. I'm sorry for the sweat.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah, but Jake's been on holiday. He should have had some colour.
Yeah, he's been doing YouTube videos on the balcony a lot. I don't know.
It's fair skinned. What it is when you're fair skinned as well, and so I will go olive, but it has to be constant warm weather. It's not just like a week; it would have to be nearly a month of warm
over
weather.
time, man.
Brown. But yeah, it needs a lot of time. It's most probably like that, pale skinned. Oh, I go a lovely olive colour, but
I'm not calling him. I'm not calling him for it, but I've never seen anybody come home a lot whiter than when he went. Crazy.
Jimmy, man.
His
Oh,
feet look dirty
Jimmy
though.
gives me lots of reasons to more.
See, I'll let
Hey,
you get away
what's
with
up,
that, Anne, as well. To be fair, like, all right.
What, like?
That picture
Come
for
on.
one, man. I mean, should I be worried? Like, is that your fantasy or something? Oi, Anne's picture of me, right? I had to look
That's
thrice, not twice, thrice. It don't even look like me, man. It looks like the Equalizer, man. I don't know what you've
Craig,
done to my face on there, man. But
which photograph, Craig? The one that's up on my Avi or the one on
I
the
know you just
thumbnail?
change it. You just put a different expression. I get that, but I look like the Equalizer
That's
more, man. I think.
JDP.
Is it?
Craig,
On
Craig.
which the thumbnail.
I
Jesus
thought that
Christ,
was
wait a
me,
minute.
man. I thought you'd
The
change
thumb.
me. I thought, nah.
No, that's
Oh, yeah.
JDP. That's
No
JDP.
way.
Craig, you did
Ah,
think
Yeah,
it
sorry,
was
Anne.
you,
I
did you?
apologise, man. I don't think it looked
No,
like me, man.
no,
No.
yeah, that's it.
Or is it a
Because
mixture
that
of me
was
and
taken of
JDP?
No, it's definitely JDP.
no, that's JDP. What is? I managed to hack into his phone, and that was one of the photos he took of himself. His private photos, if you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Private.
yeah.
You don't want to see the rest of it. You don't want to see what's below that.
I want to see the
I'm
rest of
telling
it.
you.
Just
I want
send
to
it
see his
Oh,
bra
over.
you don't.
collection, man. I want to see his bra
I am
collection after
telling you
them like
now.
videos.
I'm telling you now, Shannon. If you seen the rest of it right, you would be absolutely terrified of garden worms for the rest of your life. You would. You wouldn't be able to look another garden worm in the face without taking an absolute turn. You couldn't if I showed you the rest of that photo. Laugh,
I'll take me.
laugh,
I'll take me. I'll take me chance.
JDP's like
laugh,
pretending he ain't
laugh.
watching,
That
man.
was supposed to get a laugh. You know,
Was he?
I was just
that was
I was
supposed to
imagining
lost.
it, Anne.
that.
I was imagining what it'd be like.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
Do you see her? I
Yes.
might think it's me though, a little bit, with a white
No,
face. You know,
no,
that's
it's
just
nothing
me,
like
man.
you.
That's me. That is.
I couldn't see you with red lipstick on.
Equalizer, man.
That's not you, that's JDP. Do you know
Looks
this
like the
picture? Here we
Equalizer,
are,
man.
Jimmy. Here we are. Jimmy can settle this. Jimmy, do you remember the picture you did of JDP where he was piercing his lips? That's the picture that I'm using, but it's been altered, shall I put that way? So it's
I thought, you know
JDP.
what? I thought that was me after JDP had finished with me. I redressed me and stuff, and I'd escaped. You know what I mean? Like Bob Padilla, the serial, that guy who escaped with a dog collar around his neck, like.
But it's telling, isn't it, Sharon? What do you think about that? That he thinks he looks like JDP.
I don't know,
I'm
man. It's the
disappointed
white.
in
It's the
Craig even
complexion.
thinking it.
It's the whiteness of
Craig,
it. That's what made me like swayed me.
Craig. Lesson number 2. I just said to Sharon what she thought of you, thinking you look like JDP. Why did you answer and talk over it?
Because it was in the swing of a conversation.
Now, Sharon, you can respond, darling.
I forgot what question was now.
Oh,
Yeah,
flipping
you
hell, it's
consider
not
I
clean.
don't pay much attention, man. Maybe I've got other things on my mind, but when I said the face, I don't think it was me for like a lot.
Gets
Like,
better, doesn't it?
is
He's
that
jumping in
me?
all the time. He's
Can I
jumping
ask?
up
Can
in
I
I'm
all
ask
the
talking
Craig?
time.
to
This
Jimmy.
one can't
Jimmy,
fucking remember what
you know what? I'd save this if Jimmy Newman was on here, man. He's talking to me in here. Look, you know what I mean?
Can I ask Craig a question?
Of course.
Are you not far from BKFC, Craig?
Now Vince McMahon's taking it over, man.
The next event.
Now Vince McMahon's. I don't want to work for Vince McMahon.
Have you not ever been interested in going to one at fights?
No.
Oh, it's a brilliant
Oi,
atmosphere.
take care. If I was about like 16, maybe, man.
I'm in my 60s and I love it. Absolutely, you'd be surprised how many women go. Older women as well, they love it. It's a
Yeah.
brilliant
How about when Vince
atmosphere.
McMahon's going to be loving it then, eh?
You are?
I said Vince McMahon's going to be loving it.
Whatever.
Hey, you heard the stories about him?
Anyway, Sharon.
I don't get involved in any
No.
stories. I don't want to know. I don't get involved. Take people.
Oh yeah, Sharon doesn't want to know. She's had enough of people telling her things about other people.
A woman called Janelle Grant like filed a lawsuit because like he met her, he pooed on her head and stuff like that, and she had to like, I would have lost her job if I got take it and stuff like
Really?
that.
Is
Like,
he fighting?
what?
No, he owns the thing.
He owns
He
what the
He sold it
building.
to TKO now. Like TKO, they own the UFC and WWE now. But Vince McMahon's out and he's trying to buy other companies. Like, and the BKFC is one of them. Man.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and he's got the money
I
to
will
do
have
it, man.
a nosy into that, Craig.
100%. He
You know
was in
what
the
just
wrestling.
came to mind? You know what just come to mind? Do you remember whatever happened over this thing? Do you remember days ago Paul Venice ripped off some American fighting thing and he robbed
Yeah,
the
yeah,
ring,
Street Beef, the original
and the fellow
Street
was
Beef.
saying he was going to.
He never ripped him off. He
So
had a different
what happened
name.
over that?
What you mean,
No, he
Mike
robbed the
Peter?
name, didn't he?
Yeah. He'd
Do
robbed.
you
It is
remember?
a robber. It's just changing the letters, man. Just
Yeah, he
changing a
just
letter.
changed the letters and they were going mad. And he was like laughing at them. Ha ha ha, you can't do anything about it, blah, blah, blah. And
But
I
when
thought,
you actually
that's a
say
nasty
them
trick.
words, when you say them words out loud, it's the same.
I've actually been to some of them events. They were good.
Yeah.
And beef streets.
Beef streets, street beef.
But do you remember the
Yeah,
kickoff,
I call them
Sharon?
beef streets. What?
Do you remember the kickoff about them?
Where does Decker live? Park Street.
All
Don't
right,
come on now.
do you know what though? To be honest,
We
I
don't
actually
wanna
get on with Paul and his wife. You know, when I've met them, they've only shown me respect. So I'm not going to sit here and call them. They've been fine with me. They've made me welcome. There's been free tickets
No
at door
one's
from.
asking you to call them, Sharon. Who's asked you to call them? Come on, girl.
I know.
Who asked you to slag them off?
Go on then, should we? What can we slag them off for?
No, because I'm very close to Paul Venice.
I like Paul.
Well, let's put it this way:
How close are you?
You know, we're very close.
How close?
Very close.
What's
Is
very
he
close?
Ginger? Anne, has he Ginger? Anne, has he Ginger before? Now you're talking about punching him.
Well, let's put it this way: we were so close. Shall I put it that way? I don't know what I should say this. We were close enough that I know how salty his sweat is.
He's a nice
salty.
I'll tell you what, I've met his kids. I shouldn't really talk about kids, but they're growing up and they're lovely, absolutely well mannered and lovely. And Sammy is a beautiful woman.
Oh,
absolutely.
Yeah, he changed it to a Z. One letter.
You've got to admit
now
one
for
thing,
our
though,
Danny,
Sharon,
I'll talk about Danny. I put something on my Facebook today and he only gave me a like, never even put a love heart, just a like. What's that all about?
Oh, well,
I'm falling out with him.
Well, you know me and Danny were very close, don't you?
I'm jealous now.
Yeah, man.
Jealous now.
You're the only person he talks to on a live, man, in this corner.
Yeah, me, very
Oh,
close.
you'll have to get him on hand so I can get on.
Well, I tried to get him on last time, right? I said, come on again. And he's being all, he's being all deary and ducky and I'm famous about it, darling and all this business that I'm comfortable with all that crap. So, yeah, I like Danny. I do like Danny.
Danny's got a lot of respect in BKFC. A lot of respect in BKFC fans all over. I mean, I've been to every single fight, but he's got a lot of respect from fans. A lot, honestly, even if they're supporting their own fighters, when he gets up, they all cheer him.
Oh, Kentucky's opening a new thing called BKFC. It's going to be called the Boneless. You know what I mean? Boneless KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken. Boneless.
Craig, you're talking about BK chicken, and I want to talk about BKFC.
Yeah,
What
but
you
how
think?
can you not think about chicken, chicken, chicken when you hear the words letters KFC?
It's BKFC.
I know, but you can say the B, but KFC is still in my mind.
Have you
You know
had
what
a
I mean?
B? Oh, have you had one lately
Have I
that
had a
actually came round
BKFC?
into what they used to
Yeah,
be
I
used?
have had a boneless. Yeah, my boneless
I
box.
don't
Yeah.
like them anymore. Gravy's crap.
No, the one pub that's close to me was shit, but it's like gone good again now.
Oh, ours have gone. Well, we have to do a bus ride to it in town, but they're nowhere near as nice as they used to be.
Nah, not when I was a kid. Like it was used to be banging when I was a kid. Before it went halal.
Anyway, that halal stuff they want to ban.
They used to cook it like in a pressure thing and everything like that, but they stopped doing that. Like with the halal thing. That's when it all changed.
Craig, when I worked on burger vans for show people, there used to be, where they don't eat this beef and anything, and it's special burgers. I used to put them on thingy, and I used to forget which ones. I used to just slap it in a bread cake, extra onions, and give them it. They were eating it.
I'll tell the difference.
You can't tell the difference. They don't even look different either when you're cooking them. But I didn't have time to make sure which, because if I walked away from hot plate, somebody else would go into burgers of us. So by the time you come back, you didn't know which were which.
Yeah.
It's the
I'm glad we
standard,
live where we
secret.
live and not America, man, because the stuff they can put in their foods legally is shocking, like compared to the Europe, like.
Well,
Man.
don't forget we had horse meat in food, didn't we? We didn't know that when we were getting involved.
Tesco wore it. They Tesco get done for that.
Yeah,
Yeah, they did.
yeah. So yeah, there's no guarantee that here we're not getting hot.
And I went
If I knew it was horse meat, man, I'd try it. Man.
And I went to Asda the other day and picked a bit of meat at mince up for 2 people. It was £9.37.
That's gone up, ain't it?
Well,
Crazy.
that's why you should turn vegetarian.
I don't
turn vegetarian. What you want to do is the best mince you can get is what's it called? This is not mince. It's called, and that tastes really nice. That's the best one.
Does it taste like mince?
Sausages, a lot of it. Yeah. I mean, you won't. It doesn't taste exactly like real mince, but their sausages, God blimey, their sausages, vegan sausages, they taste just like real sausages. It's amazing. Free, and you can get now tuna that tastes just like tuna flakes. That's lovely.
God.
I might actually have a look at that mince.
What's in there, man? You got to question these things. Was it made out of like tofu, like stuff like that, like the sausages, soy bean, or whatever?
No, not tofu, because you always get a taste with that stuff. But no, what it is, let's put it this way, and this is the argument to make. When people go on, being a vegetarian, it's healthier than being a meat eater. It isn't always. It isn't, because I can assure you, the vegetarian and vegan meals, some of them are worse for you than eating meat, because they've got to put that many additives in them.
They've got to add that much flavour to make it nice, man.
I'm going to tell you the story, but it's not on food. We've got horses in our family. We've got quite a lot of horses in syndicate for us. And yesterday we had 2 in the same race. And so I backed them as a reverse forecast. And I got first and second. Were like 100 and I think it were 140 quid about that. And today we had another one running, and it won. It were one of favourites, and that one won. So we've had 3 horses this in the last 2 days. Nice little earner.
Oh, that's all right. That's brilliant.
Yeah, but my brother said don't do reverse, just go for the one. I went, no chance. Not when they're in the same horse, in the same race.
Are you an esquitarian? Whatever it is. I love horses. Esquitarian, eh? What's it called?
I were brought up with greyhounds and horses. But we've got so
Peter
I got
Brooks asked a question, which a lot of people do. Peter Brooks has asked the question: if they don't like meat, why did they make it look like burgers and sausages? Why did meat
I've asked
eaters
that
make meat
question
look?
before.
Yeah, well, Sharon, when have you ever seen a piece of meat walking around looking like a burger or a sausage? What says that that shape is meat? Has to be meat.
Equestrian, man, that's the one.
Crumpets round like a burger.
Esquitarian there. I got the esquitarian. He's an equestrian, man.
I have asked
know what,
that
Craig?
question before, though.
Yeah, but that's it. People say that, but it's not that you don't eat meat because you're thinking, oh, wait a minute, I don't like meat. You're not eating it usually for an ethical reason.
I like a bit of rabbit stew, me. I love a bit of rabbit stew.
Oh, God, no, that's a rat. That's a rat.
I want to try that, man. Never tried it before.
It's to die for.
Oh, no.
To die for.
I bet it is, man. I can imagine.
It's really nice and tasty.
I was brought up, Sharon, right? I was always brought up by both parents. They wouldn't eat hare or rabbit. And the reason they wouldn't eat it, they said, if you skin one, it just looks like a massive rat. So they said, you might as well eat
I've
the rat.
skinned them and gutted them and all sorts.
Well, it's like a pig, isn't it, man? Might look a bit human if you like only up and
to take skin fur off and take the guts out.
Everything tastes like chicken. No, I couldn't eat. I've never eaten a rabbit
pork,
or hare,
man.
even when I wasn't eating. I was brought up.
People, sorry. People who've tried human flesh, like they say it tastes like pork, man, not chicken.
Yeah.
That's what I've not tried.
No, and it's true because they say like the pig's closest to our the pig's closest to our like skin type and stuff like that in the animal kingdom.
Yeah.
Pig's closest to us. That's why they put pig's kidneys in people and stuff like and tried it. You know what I mean?
Kelsey's right there where she's put it looks like a newborn baby. It does actually.
Yeah.
No, a baby that looks like a rat. They look like rats.
There's a few rats on YouTube.
Anyway, I'll show you what they look like.
There's a few rats on YouTube.
There we go. I'll show. This is it. I'll show you what they look like. This is what. If I can get the freaking thing, where is it? This is what a skinned rabbit looks like. There we go. That's what you eat.
No wrong with that. No wrong with a bit of rabbit.
No, that looks like Who Rules Us.
Look
in
like
a different light.
Is Jimmy not going to come on and tell us about his camping trips?
No, because Craig keeps on being rude to him.
Well,
bloody hell, I'll shut up.
Me and Craig will be quiet. I'm quite
I rude to Jimmy, man. I've been talking to him in this chat, like, respectably, so he may as well just jump on.
I'm quite interested.
But Jimmy can come, because I'm going to be shut down soon.
They do indeed, Craig Clark. They do indeed.
I'd like to talk to Jimmy sometime, know about his camping and all that. That would be great.
Well, if you put a picture, like, if you go on about JDP, he'll come, man, because like he loves a bit of JDP ridiculed, are you, Jimmy?
See this?
Don't deny it. Don't deny it. No, I'm having a joke, man.
Yeah, but that's why he won't come on. I'm interested in his camping trips. I think he could make some good content of it.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm really interested.
He might be the first person ever to like start his channel on the dark side and then like into something else.
I think
there's always time for a first. Oh, you can smash that glass ceiling. Smash that glass ceiling, Jimmy. Go on.
Reach for the stars. Reach for
break the firmament on this flat earth.
Seriously, I'd be very interested in these camping trips he's doing. It's something different, and it's taking away from dark side.
White Sharon's going to come through riding a horse, man, where he's camping, man. What are you doing?
You never know, Craig.
Yeah, never know. Oh, do you think they should give him the one that turned up late? What's the name? What's the name again, Sharon? What's my mom's name again?
Kelsey.
Keep on forgetting.
She's my
Jimmy,
Kelsey.
you should try and get dark side characters to come camping with you, man, and like film it. Like that
No,
could take off.
no,
You know?
no, no,
You
no,
think
because
to
it
do
will
it
all
on
turn
your
to
own,
crap.
Jimmy?
It will turn to crap.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, stick to
No,
it.
if I
It will
went,
turn to
if
crap
I
if it
went.
does that. Well, this is for Kelsey. So yes.
Hiya, Mandy.
Yeah. She's been there for ages, Sharon.
I
It
know,
was
but
a
I've
shandy,
just
Mandy.
put my chat back
Big up
on
Mandy,
now.
man. I like my Mandy.
Yeah. God, I tell you now, I'd be terrified camping though, me. But there's a place in, I can't remember the name of it. There's a place somewhere up north. I'm up north, but further up north than I am. And it's supposed to be the darkest place in Britain at night, and you can see the whole of the Milky Way when it's dark on a moonless night. And I'd love to see
I'd
that.
love that.
I'd love to go camping there so I could see something like that. Love to see it.
Yeah.
I'm
There
in
ain't many places, is there? There ain't many places in this country you can do that, is there?
I just like to do it on my own, where it's really peaceful and you can hear the birds and everything, and see the sunlight, everything. It's something I'd really like to do. If I'd have asked John
Oh,
years ago, he'd have said not a chance.
No, yeah, I couldn't do it on my own. I'd be too scared, especially at night. I'd be like, oh, if he move, I'd be like, what's that? What's that? Couldn't handle it. Couldn't handle
Jimmy
it.
Newman, he'd have Scotty G round the fireman, so not inviting me. I'd take that as an insult, Jimmy, to be fair.
Is Jimmy
Anyway,
and
Craig.
Scotty back friends now?
Don't know. No one's
I
there.
don't know.
Scotty.
What was you saying, Nan? What was you going to say?
Anyway, Craig, have you taken your son to see How to Train Your Dragon?
Nah, man, I took him to see karate, the new Karate Kid, though.
You should
Instead,
see them.
he loves it. He loves it. He's watched all the old ones. He's watched Cobra Kai.
I missed that then. I thought Anne said to you, Craig, have you trained your dragon?
Nice.
I honestly thought that's what she said.
It was
Nah,
absolutely
them supposed to be good, though, I bet. Yeah.
Oh, it's IMAX 3D. Just
no, Kelsey. No, he did it twice. Shall I tell you why? Because his brother ended up taking him. I took him first anyway. Like I said, go tell him, and he still I took him. So it's a good job I did take him, mate. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I've just booked tickets. Oh, yes, Mandy. This is think it was coming in February, and it always sells out there quick. At the Empire, Mandy, Matthew Bourne's The Red Shoes. Want to get yourself tickets to see that? Yeah, The Red Shoes by Matthew Bourne. Absolutely fantastic.
Listen, guys, I'm going to have to go. I've got to do John's meds. But it's been nice to come on, and I'll speak to you both soon.
Okay, darling.
All right.
Yeah, man, take care.
Thank you
nice
for calling on, Sharon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Take care,
Bye.
darling. Bye-bye now. So anyway. See,
Jimmy's camping adventures. Let's all meet round a big camp.
It's ADHD freaking rant again. Here we go. Yeah, see how Mandy's put okay there in her heart. She just give a toss. She's saying, why do I go and see some show called The Red Shoes? Why would I be bothered? But she's polite. She's polite. And, instead of saying, I wouldn't go and see that loader, she's polite and gives me a heart.
You're shy, man.
She's
polite, not shy.
No, not shy. Polite. She couldn't be asked to go to see it.
What a fright.
But it's a good show, I'm telling you.
Oh, did you see my video, about what language is that? I was just on my other account, doing some things. And, this live come up with this other language. I just wrote the maddest thing I could think of. And he said he's ready. Liking it. It's funny to me, man. Have you watched it?
I haven't got a clue what you're going on. Oh, Craig, I've lost you there. What are you talking about?
I did a video on this. It's just a bit of stupidity. It's on my channel, man. I had him saying like
On your
Vaseline and
channel?
oink.
Oh, I'll have a look.
Vaseline and
I'll have a
oink
look at it. I'll have a look
and
at it.
other things. Man.
Oh,
Aberdeen is a dream. So,
oh, I see what you mean. I see what you mean. Yeah, get your
and
words.
he says it. It's the words he says. He looks shocked at it, like. And his channel's called Gubbin, right? And I wrote another one. He goes, "How many gubbins can you fit in a clown car?" And you would see his face, man, when he realised. He's like, I just
I'll have
like
to watch
took
it.
his soul away. He looked so hurt by it, man.
I'll have to watch it. Yeah, safe class. Anyway, safe class. Beautiful.
Yeah, it's
Some
like,
beautiful scenery in Wales. What's Preseli like? Preseli looks interesting. Have you ever been there? Looks nice.
Where?
Preseli,
Is that Wales? Yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
I've been to Aberystwyth.
That's where you get the magical blue stones.
Mm.
So I'd be
Yeah, man, I can remember. It was like I was on mushrooms, right? And we went to pick mushrooms in the morning in Wales. Like it looked like a fairyland, man, with all the like green grass and all.
So safe class,
like
safe class has just ignored my question. Very nice.
It is. You can see everything.
Yes.
I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, am I saying that right? Safe class, or do you pronounce it differently?
Is it like Bumber? It's like Bumber Clark. Ross Clark.
Yeah. So have you been? Would you shut up a second? Have you been to Preseli? Is Preseli worth going to?
Elvis Presley.
There's some gorgeous places in Wales. You could just build a little house in Wales and feel like there was no one else in the world, couldn't you? In some parts it's that remote. It's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So anyway,
what's it called again? Is it Elvis? Let's call it Elvis for short, man.
Presley.
Elvis Presley. Yeah, man. It's easier to remember. Elvis.
You know about the famous blue stones, don't you, from Stonehenge?
Yeah.
No, you don't. Fibber. Tell me what they are then.
Blue stones, man.
You see, now, Craig, lesson number 3. Do not bull crap. Now,
I've heard of it, man. Is that blue stone? Literally, I've seen blue stones, man. I've seen blue stone.
Now, what it is, you know, when you go to Stonehenge, they used to think the big Saracen stones, the big massive ones, were the important ones, but they're not. They worked out that the small ones in the centre, they call them blue, the grey, really, but they came from Preseli in Wales. They know the exact spot they came from in Preseli. So these stones must have been considered of great importance, and they used to chip away at them as well. So there was something sacred about them. So
I just think they got them there.
The very special stone. Well, there's 2 theories. Of course, people have said they dragged them there, but there is a theory that during the end of the last ice age, they said the stones and things were deposited, but it seems a bit strange that because they're heavy, Preseli stones are extremely heavy and dense. It's a bit of an ask to say that when the ice melted, which it melted very quickly, that it deposited all the stones in the one area and they picked them up from there. But that's what
you got Warcry Publishing in the house.
But this is another thing, right, Craig, and people listen, right? I said ages ago, I'd heard ages ago that really it was the Scottish who came up with the idea. What we call Scotland now, really far north in Scotland, they were the ones that started. That's where you see the evidence of the first stone circles. So it looks like they came up with the idea and it just spread. Well, they found, haven't they, the altar stone comes from northern Scotland. So it's most probably true. It was most probably built by what we'd call Scottish people now.
Well, I think they used a technology that's been lost. You know what I mean? Look at Hiroshima, like the aftermath of that. How it flattened everything. Nothing was buried, just flattened it all, man. So if there's a nuclear war in the past, we wouldn't even know about it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be under the
There's no radiation. We know there's no radiation.
Tartaria, man. I looked that up, man. You know, you're telling me, right? I think, like, you know, a cathode, and electricity. What's it called? A cathedral for? And it's like, there's no design anymore. Nobody's designing anything new. Everybody's in a box. You know what I mean? They design buildings like boxes. They never put circles and arches and all the stuff like they used to do because energy can flow through them. If you're in a box, energy can't flow through that. You know what I mean? And that is the old buildings that they used to build. But you ain't allowed to do that anymore.
Maybe, Craig, have you ever thought it's cheaper to build a box?
Nah.
Yeah, it's cheaper because you can't. If you want to build cathedrals like they did, it would cost you.
It is now. It is now in the world we live in now. You're right, 100%. It is now in the world we live in now. But back then, like, you know, it's mad in it. Like, man created money, right? And they spend their lives chasing it. It's mad in it. You know, we created it. Something that we can, you know.
Here we go. Here's something interesting for you. Here's something interesting, right? I heard years ago. This is very interesting from a scientist. You're an alien, land on Earth, and there's no people around, no humans, there's nothing. You just land on Earth, and you notice this building in front of you. Now, we know, you know as a human, that's a church with a steeple. How would the alien work out what it was? What is the likely conclusion the alien will come to what this thing is in front of it that we'd call the church with the steeple?
I've got a question for you, man. Why do they call it founded instead of built? Because they found it, man.
I apologize, people. This is what you get. Go on. Answer.
So you imagine, right? So they spent all that time just building like a law.
Oh, I give up. See, this is what I mean, people. He just goes off on a tangent. You can't have an
Rome. It's based on Rome.
So I'm not going to ask it again because that's the question and you're just not going to answer it. So
I will answer it. Go on, sorry. So I apologize, man.
I'm not interested.
Tell me ask me the question, man. Ask me the question.
No, I'm not answering again. Anyone in the chat that could be asked listening to us. Right, tell me what you think the alien will think it was.
That did what?
I'm not repeating it. I asked you
No,
twice.
you don't have to repeat the whole thing. Just tell me in general what it was about. Like building.
No.
Was it about building something?
No, I'm not asking again.
Well, just tell me then why you're being petty for me. Right, don't chuck your toys out the pram. You know what I mean? You won't be able to find them, man.
Craig. Never go. Promise me one thing: you'll never go to Japan.
I'll never go to jihad. No, I don't plan to, man.
Never go to Japan. So I'll tell you why. Because in Japan, the way they structure sentences, have to listen to every word until they get to that last word, or you won't know who they're talking about, what they're talking about, or anything. And
if that was legal, though, is that legal?
You better concentrate on what they're saying because you'll never know, and they get highly insulted you don't listen,
Yeah.
because it's a polite society, very polite. So even
Yeah.
the language is structured, so you're forced to be
Yeah.
polite by listening.
Yeah.
What you did,
I
asked that
agree.
question
Probably, I agree. They do, man.
twice,
But I'm
and
raised
you
to do
didn't even
so.
listen to it.
I'll call
You
out where I
weren't
grow up,
listening
man.
to it. You weren't listening to it twice. You ignored me twice, not
Copy that.
one, twice.
Thrice, man.
Ignored me.
Make it thrice, and thrice. Give me thrice, man.
I'm not asking. See, you could have been asked a brilliant. I asked you a brilliant question, and it
I
looks
want
like
to. I want to know the
chat
question
in
because
there.
I want to answer it.
No, I'm not going to now. See, people in the bleeding chat didn't even listen to me asking it. That's how interesting they find me. None of them answered the question, did you? None of you find me interesting. I know. So anyway, go and start rounding up now, Craig. So what's your plan?
I can't. Nah. Ask me the question before you go, man. Come on. Don't leave me hanging like that.
No. What you'll have to go back and rewind it and see what I asked you. Well, and you can put your answer in the comments, and I'll tell you whether you're right.
Yeah, put it on a postcard and send it to so and so. Nah, man.
We couldn't hear the question. We couldn't hear the question. You weren't listening, were you, Kelsey?
Was it about what we were talking about?
Got your back. Got the
Was it,
goddamn lawyer back.
was it about what we were speaking about? Like?
Got you in front of the judge and in front of the jury, and you condemned a lot of you. Weren't even bleeding this one, right?
I'll tell you what I'm condemned to. Have a shit night's sleep because it's so bloody hot. That's what I'm condemned to. Man.
Oh, it is hot. It is. So do you want me to ask the question?
Yeah. Yeah.
And you better answer it.
100%.
You've got until past. Anyway. So, an alien lands on Earth and finds itself in front of what we call a cathedral with a spire. There's no one to ask what it is. What is the most likely answer after standing there for it, looking at it for a few hours, that the alien will decide it is?
Could be like gathering energy with the cross and all the antennas it's got on top of it out the air.
Well, they don't all have that crosses on the top too.
No, that's my thing. They'd look at it as an energy device.
Don't forget, listen to the question, right? If the alien standing there for a few hours, there's a clue in.
Oh, you have it. I don't know, and I'll give up, man.
What is
the Trinity? The Trinity. Is it the Trinity?
But how would it know what the bleeding Trinity was? It's an alien that just arrived. It wouldn't know what religion was, would it?
I don't know, man. The cell crosses. The cell cross. Is it a cross salesman?
It wouldn't know what a cross was, would it?
Well, he'd go in and see what they were selling, man. But they'd have
and why would
hopefully they'd have the commonality of knowing bartering.
Why would they have to be standing there for hours to work that out?
I don't, because he's been converted by some zealot.
No, what it is the spire. It's the important part. It looks at the spire. It's standing there for hours. Hasn't got a clue what it is. And then it notices something interesting as it's standing there. The shadow was pointing that way an hour ago. Now it notices the shadow.
I know what you mean.
It's a
time.
Yeah, it's a human way to keep time.
Yeah,
that's
a good one.
Or lateral thinking, I think.
Like I watch these like survival stuff, and if you're in the desert, right, you can just get a stick, man, and just put it in the ground, and you can tell, like just watch the shadows, man. Simple as that.
So that's what would be the most likely conclusion an alien would come to, that a church with a steeple is a big sundial that the humans use to keep time. So anyway, that's if the alien had a concept of time, they may not. But anyway, I shall start wrapping up now.
Okay.
Thank you, Craig. Nice to have you back.
It's been a good one. Been a good one. Take care.
And if you got your ring cushions, have you got your ring cushions?
Yeah. I've got some.
You don't know what I'm referring to, do you?
Got my pink
I'll
cushion.
leave with it, darling.
Yeah, I've got to have come. I know what you mean,
Oh.
man. I need to like rest my bum a little bit. Yeah.
Anyway, so thank you, Craig, and thank you to all my lovely people who have been watching tonight. Today for Scotland, I couldn't bring it on because you wouldn't show yourself. So anyway, so I shall leave you all. And look, oh look, there's a big picture of JDP. Oh, look at this diamante earrings, gorgeous, gorgeous. He'd make a gorgeous woman, wouldn't he make a gorgeous woman? So I shall leave you all. Here we are. You're all I'm living for. Your love I'll keep forever.